In this warehouse aisle, a worker stands directly under a forklift's raised load. He's in a high-risk area as the load becomes unstable. Never, ever stand or walk under a raised forklift load. A load lifted at height is a suspended hazard, and its stability is never fully guaranteed. Even a slight tilt, an unbalanced pallet, or a minor operator error can cause the load to shift and drop unexpectedly. At this excavation site, an excavator digs dangerously close to a nearby brick wall. Workers stand in the trench, unaware that they're in the shadow of a potential structural collapse. Never, ever excavate beside a structure's foundation without proper shoring and engineering precautions in place. The digging and machine vibrations can weaken the soil supporting the wall, turning that structure into an unstable load that might suddenly give way, leading to a collapse. A trench wall isn't the only thing that can fail. Any nearby structure becomes part of the hazard zone. Workers must never be inside a trench while heavy machinery is operating nearby. This isn't just a soil stability issue, it's about maintaining the structural integrity of everything around the excavation. The only true safeguard is a well-engineered plan before any digging begins. In this warehouse, a worker climbs onto a wooden pallet being lifted to reach materials. He's high above the floor and moments away from losing balance. Never ever use a pallet as a work platform or stand on an unsecured raised load. A pallet is built to carry materials, not people. It isn't an engineered surface, offers no fall protection, and creates a highly unstable footing where even a small shift can cause a dangerous fall hazard. Working at height requires the right equipment, such as a man basket or proper scaffolding, along with fall protection. Even a quick reach or turn can alter your balance and lead to an incident. At this construction site, a pedestrian walks directly into a cement mixer's front blind spot. He's completely out of the driver's line of sight as the truck begins to turn. A heavy vehicle's frontal no zone is a large blind spot that moves in a wide arc during turns. If the driver doesn't confirm the space is clear, any pedestrian nearby faces a serious risk of collision. Drivers must maintain full awareness of their vehicle's movement, especially its swing radius. Pedestrians should assume they're invisible to the driver and never walk close to the front of an active truck. In this narrow kitchen, two workers carry a large pot of hot liquid across a slick floor. One worker slips, and the pot tips, spilling hot liquid across the floor. A wet or greasy kitchen floor is a high-risk slip hazard. The risk increases during a two-person lift, where one person's movement or imbalance affects the other, increasing the chance of a spill and burn hazard. A safe team lift starts with a clear, dry, and obstacle-free path. Non-slip footwear is essential, and spills should always be cleaned before carrying hot or heavy items. Checking your path before lifting can prevent accidents and protect everyone involved. Safety starts before the lift even begins. At this worksite, a worker handles metal pipes connected to a sewage truck. Unknowingly, he's about to cause a small spark that could lead to a dangerous ignition inside the tank he's standing on. Never perform work on a sealed septic or sewage tank without safely venting it and testing for gases first. These tanks can contain methane, a highly flammable gas. Even a small static discharge or a metal tool striking another surface can create a fire hazard, posing a major safety risk. An empty tank is never truly empty. It may still contain hazardous gases. Always test for gas before opening or repairing a tank, and ensure all tools are bonded and grounded to prevent static buildup. A worker was sweeping between two tall stacks of heavy sacks when the unexpected happened. Always ensure tall stacks are properly interlocked, shrink-wrapped, or supported. Keep workers away from unsecured piles, and never assign cleaning or maintenance tasks in aisles without checking load stability first. A stable stack must be interlocked, tiered, or stepped back. The base of a tall stack is not a safe work area. It's a potential hazard zone. Proper stacking, spacing, and support prevent collapses and help maintain safe warehouse operations. At this busy port, a worker stands on a truck loaded with unsecured pipes to begin a lift. But when the load shifts, it sets off an unexpected chain reaction that quickly turns unstable. An unsecured load of cylindrical objects like pipes is extremely unstable. Even the slightest movement can cause the entire load to shift and roll unpredictably. Using the load itself as your work platform creates a serious safety risk, as your footing can be lost instantly once the load begins to move. Always make sure the load is properly chocked, secured, and restrained before initiating any lift. At this shipyard, a crane operator struggles to stabilize a heavy hull plate during a lift. Suddenly, the massive steel section begins to swing unexpectedly with significant force. Two key issues occur here: an improperly balanced lift setup and workers standing too close to the suspended load. When a load isn't correctly rigged, it can swing or rotate suddenly, and that's why the area directly beneath or around it is designated as a no-go zone. Even if a lift appears perfectly secure, rigging systems can still experience shifting or uneven weight distribution. Proper rigging is your first line of protection, but maintaining a safe distance from the suspended load is your last and most important one. Always respect the safety perimeter and avoid standing or walking under any lifted object. Staying clear of the drop zone ensures that, even if something unexpected happens, everyone remains safe and out of harm's way. In this backyard, a man cuts a tree while his partner pulls it with a rope. Their plan fails, and the tree falls in an unexpected direction. Never attempt to fell a tree without a clear fall path and a planned, unobstructed escape route. The tree's fall direction is controlled by the hinge cut, not the rope. Pulling from the wrong angle can create unpredictable tension, causing the trunk to twist or move unpredictably. Tree felling depends on physics, not force. Always plan and clear the escape route before the first cut. The person using the saw is in the most exposed position and must rely on proper cutting technique, not on pulling force. Inside a cargo hold, this small front loader is completely invisible to the excavator operator above. Never operate heavy machinery or allow workers within the hazard area beneath active cranes or excavators. Operators often have limited visibility of what's directly below, which can lead to unintentional movement or material being dropped near unseen personnel. The area beneath a suspended load is never safe. It's a hazard zone. The only proper approach is to enforce a strict exclusion zone, stopping all activity below until loading is complete. Such incidents usually happen due to poor coordination, and the best prevention is clear communication and disciplined site control. Inside this crowded warehouse, to keep learning from these important workplace safety lessons, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay aware, stay safe.